to the topic of the discussion and hit the issues you typically find reluctant. Remove the facade to fill the gap with some substance. We undermining problems, expecting to overcome it. Please hold the applause. We doing it for the cause. People follow culture before they follow the laws. We rather face the friction and not attempt it at all. Persistence will find solutions once our contentment dissolves. There's a hard pill to swallow for anyone breathing, both for folks who stay woke and those who be dreaming. We ain't slaves, yet we still ain't experienced freedom. What we need is the keys to access the kingdom. We're all in this fallen world trying to stay intact. I'm just a beggar, point you out to where the bread is at. So follow the breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel. Thank Yogi Bear and the thought engineer for that on
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again. Man Talk Mondays, the hottest thing going on Monday nights.
Brother, you must have been outside. It's hot out there.
That sun has come in with a vengeance, brother.
Yes.
It's just May. We ain't even hit June, July, August yet, and it's May already. And the sun just
you know July coming with it. You know July coming with it. You know that already, right?
Oh, you already know. So y'all better stay inside. I don't know why everybody want to plan outdoor activities when it's scorching hot outside. They want to go to the parks. People want to plan picnics, church picnics. Nobody want to be out no heat like that.
Hey. Your deodorant got to put in overtime, bro. My deodorant left 30 minutes ago.
Hey, you better not put that aluminum-free stuff on and go out in this heat, boy. You're going to smell like a packed mule by the time it's all said and done.
You said a packed mule, boy. You going to
feel like you came fresh out the stable by the time you're done, boy.
Yeah, bro. That heat hard on you, bro. That heat hard on you, boy.
Hey, man. Hey, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us tonight. Good evening, Mr. Ben Sutter. He said that he started early. Yes. Bro. Yes. Memorial Day gonna feel like 4th of July around
here. Bro, yes.
People gonna be barbecuing at 9 o'clock at night.
Hey, or 9 in the morning.
Right. None of that 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So
nah.
Thank everybody for joining us. I am Derek, the Thought Engineer, here with my man, comedian John Yogi. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on your TV, probably. I might be watching our TV. But for those of you just joining, just to let you know, this is Man Talk Mondays. It's an open forum where we talk about everything from religion to politics to relationships, but of course, we're doing it from a man's perspective. Now, keep in mind, this is not just for men. We want everybody to join in the conversation. Men, women, boys, and girls, children of all ages, you can jump in. Now, how you talk to us, go in the comment section, leave your comment, leave your question, and this is how you talk to us. We can see this. We can see it. You join in, let us know how you feel, right? We want to hear from you. So, just to let y'all know, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our podcast. We got a podcast that we put out. We're on Google, we're Apple, Spreaker, Spotify, all these different platforms. You can go and you can check out different podcast episodes of Man Talk Monday. We got a lot of great shows. You want to go check out that one on blended families a couple weeks ago. Awesome one. You got to go check that one out. We got plenty of stuff out there. Plenty of stuff. But we are part of the BS3 family. So you can catch us on BS3 TV on Roku, right? If you got a Roku device, you can catch us on Roku. Also, if you don't, we got a direct web link that you can go and watch us through the direct web link. It is bs3tvlive.com. We all over the place. We all over the place.
Can't stop, won't stop, D. Can't stop, won't stop.
We ain't go with nowhere.
You out, boy.
Hey man, we just having fun tonight. So make sure you check us out. Tell your friends. Tell all your friends about Man Talk Monday.
Tell somebody, because you want them to be like you. You want them to come away from here. You want them to come away and say, "Hey, man, that was really enjoyable. What I heard tonight. That guy with that hat is so handsome. You just got to go see him." Okay, if you don't say that, you need to watch it anyway.
Hey man, if you don't toot your own horn, who gonna do it? You know what I'm saying?
Toot. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we gonna hop into this. Being say everything gotta be melted at the bar. Gonna be melted at the barbecue. You ain't lying. Anything plastic, y'all in trouble. People says Texas heat is nothing to play with, nothing at all. Even when a breeze comes, it's like somebody got a blow dry in your face, man. It's like there's nothing but heat.
Because it's hot.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. Selena's talking about boy bye. I don't think she feel your. She ain't feeling your handsomeness, man. Clint said Yogan got started.
No.
He's gonna be in rare form tonight. He's gonna be in rare form tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we don't want to hold it up. We want to get going. We want to get into this.
Let's go.
We want to get into it. So now we got our segment called Man Talk About It, right? Y'all heard of it. Man Talk About It, where we talk about some things that are going on in the world around us, right? So let's break it down a minute, because on a serious note, tragedy struck end of last week, and in Buffalo, New York, 18-year-old white male kills 10 and injures 3 in Buffalo, New York supermarket massacre.
Wow.
And this young man who was live streaming, he was live streaming a recording, but he was recording the whole thing. Bro, I think he was broadcasting, live streaming, I'm not mistaken. And he's walking through this supermarket just shooting people. And they say he had on tactical gear. So a security guard engaged him and shot him a couple of times, but because he had the tactical gear on, it didn't really faze him. So he killed a security guard, and he's still shooting people and killing people, man. 18-year-old Peyton Gendron of Conklin, New York. And he pleaded not guilty. What you got to do to get a guilty plea?
Wait. Was that not you on the recording? You still got on the girl that you were shooting in, and that wasn't you. But you know, on a serious note, and this is kind of tough for me to talk about because it's so serious, but you know how you stop people from doing that? Stop shooting them in the gear. Shoot them in the head.
Yeah.
There's ways to stop it. It's like if he body arm it up, then you just practicing. No, we don't need to practice at that point. If he's killing innocent people, you have a responsibility to put him down at all costs.
To protect the people. It's not about necessarily killing, but you got a responsibility. These are unarmed people who are in supermarket. The thing about it was predominantly black people in the supermarket. 11 of the 13 people that were shot were black. Selena says he went and researched the town that has 73% black people, drove 3 hours to commit the mass shooting, recorded it, and has the nerve to say not guilty. If that doesn't show intent, what does?
Well, but the problem is we don't have stiff enough laws for this kind of stuff. We need stiffer laws. We need when you do this on if you do this on Sunday, we shooting you on Monday.
Swift justice,
That's
right?
that is the only way you're gonna stop it. We need to stop independent and depending on when whoever does it, we need you dead for the end of the week. I got some stuff planned. I got a picnic on Sunday afternoon. Monday morning, you need to be seeing me, and we need to have you in front of frying squad. We need to do something with you because we got we do no. You can't because you have to do something to encourage this kind of stuff to stop.
Yeah, yeah. And the people are saying that now. A lot of people are saying we have got to do something to curb this violence because you got Dylan Roof, the guy that walked into the church and shot all the black people into the black church, and he got off with they took him to Burger King. Monique says we don't have swift laws for the others. Who you talking about, Monique?
But, and this is the thing. To I guess to Monique's point, because I didn't want to say white, black, or what have you, but our counterparts are truly when it comes to that kind of stuff than we are. But again, you come to a grocery store and you in military gear, you're in tactical gear. That don't raise a red flag for at the cameras that are all over the store. Stop watching the black folks stealing and watch for these fools coming through the door with this military stuff on. Because we going to steal anyway. So you can stop trying to catch that and catch them people at the front door.
So Stephen said the body armor was military grade that they use in the real war situations. It takes an armor piercing round to penetrate the armor.
What?
How did he get a hold?
There you go. That's my question. I want to know where you get it from. Because but you can order anything online. You can order anything online though. Hey, Amazon sell everything.
You ain't lying.
Bro, you get anything online.
Everything. Samantha say, I agree. Swift justice. I think we tired. Everybody's tired of this type of foolishness continuously happening. Monique says the young man, black, shot a student in MISD this school year, was met at his door and has been sentenced, I believe.
And because it's not, it used to be. It
was a kid from Mansfield. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Before this wasn't a normal, some normal that would happen, but now we got to be more alert on this kind of foolishness, man. To be honest, you got to have cameras in the parking lot. To be honest, looking for this kind of behavior that sets off a red flag and automatically calls 911. Something like that. We got to be smarter about it because we can't be reactive in these situations. We need to be more proactive.
Yeah. Carl says, if you want to know the real problem, start going to court. The police can only put them there. The plea, they plea them out or let go altogether. So he's saying arresting them is one thing. Convicting them and everything and putting them in jail is a whole nother ball game. And he's absolutely right. Mika says it's sickening, and the audacity for him to plead not guilty is yet another slap in the face. So they're trying to see, they're investigating to try to see if they can bring him up on, of course, this is a hate crime, it's racially motivated, and also making this a terrorism charge.
Oh wow.
And it should be. This is local terrorism, and we don't treat it like it is.
Well,
exactly what it is.
If you wanted to stop, bring his parents. Because all those packages and stuff coming to the house, if you don't check what your kids doing when they teenagers, then we're gonna put some of these we're gonna give you some of this time too.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna shoot you in the leg, we're gonna shoot you in the ass, we're gonna shoot you somewhere. But you got to be shot. You got to get some of that with him. Because we'll make you more accountable now.
Now here's the problem with that. I get it. The way the law is set up, it's still going to penalize one group more than the other. It's only as good as the enforcing.
Sure.
If you don't enforce it all the way across the board, it's doing no good. and you put a law like that in place, now not only is the black kid getting in trouble, but now you've enabled him to go get his parents and lock them up too.
Yeah, but there, when with certain laws, there should be different criteria. Because let's think about this. With this particular law, the hate crime thing, there should be certain parameters, and because once we proven that this is a hate crime, you over in this section, we can't handle this like regular law stuff with all the courts and all that. I think it's not move the courts out of it. Was that him over there? That was him right there. That was shooting in the store. Okay, come here. Dude, because I'm not trying to.
Crimes are fed, right? That's federal crime, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah. It is. It's fed. Yeah. They need to
another sad story of a mass shooting. It's a massacre. Don't come with that a massacre. We don't like to use the right terminology. That was a massacre. Stephen says another shooting happened in a church in California. So, see, it's getting out of hand. And I'm gonna tell you, people just like, guns don't kill people. Stupid people with guns kill people. So we got to do something to deal with the actual people. And I think he was actually investigated less than a year ago about a statement that he had made. So if you don't take this stuff serious, now you leave him open. And so, man, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Wow. I don't even know. I have no words, man. I know that I have no words for this kind of stuff, man. There's nothing like being able to go. I'm finna run to the store to get some. I forgot the cranberry sauce for the turkey and dressing I was gonna make, and you run to the store and some food in that shooting on aisle 9. You know what? At that, because they got cameras outside in the parking lot. How do we even get to the store? How do we get to the store, D?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We gotta be on better guard. Gotta be on better guard. As Sam says, amen, with stupid people. Yeah. Dr. Selena says one man was there getting a birthday cake for his son's birthday and was killed. Senseless violence, man. Senseless violence. And I wasn't gonna say that. That's ever gonna be in bad taste. I ain't gonna go there. Well, Bishop Jamal Bryant took shots at the late Kevin Samuels in a Mother's Day message. And in the message, he went in on this brother, talking about him. Everybody's up and everybody's all hype and stuff. But after that, he got a lot of backlash. So he issues an apology for criticizing Kevin Samuels during his Mother's Day sermon. The week prior, he was dogging him out from the pulpit. Now he's making a public apology. He did that from the pulpit too. He did do that from the pulpit. He made a public apology from the pulpit. But
did he do it with the same vigor and veracity that he did when he was preaching the message about it? I think I'm still trying to figure out how in the world did this man of the world make his way into the church? More importantly, make his way into the church and be the topic of a message where this man is worldly. And to be honest, if we spoke more truth in the church about this about single women, single people, and some of the things that they need not to be doing, maybe somebody like Kevin Samuel would never have a platform anyway. But because these particular people, they're more interested in getting in the woman's pants than telling her the truth.
That's the truth. Now, he has a reputation for these sensationalized messages that he preaches. He preached a message right after Will Smith, right after the slap. He preached a message about keep my wife's name out your mouth. So he has this habit. What about preaching the actual word? What about get in your Bible and find out what the Lord is saying and actually take that to the people instead of just coming up with messages to get people all riled up? And it's just entertainment.
Well, just like we have we have all types of TV shows. They got the shows. What's the shows? now with the people on there, what they call reality shows.
Like
He just
reality shows, yeah.
on a reality show church, and I bet you can't get in there most of the time because that's what we want. Study show, that's what we want. We don't want the truth. We don't want you telling us about us. We don't want to hear that, because if we want to hear that, we wouldn't run from place to place when people are trying to tell us that. We don't want to hear that. We want to go where you're gonna tickle our fancy and tell us, yeah, women, you can be over 40 with 5 kids, and you're gonna get you a high level man, and you working at some low level job. You can get you one, girl. That's what. Oh yeah, I can get him, girl. Bye. You ain't getting him. And when you leave the church from him talking about those men that we hate so much, you're still by yourself. You're still single. Yeah. You're still lonely.
Yeah.
I guess that's until he call you later on, I guess.
Yeah, and this is criticism that's coming from somebody who has a scandalous past of his own.
Because we have all been guilty of something, I just think, man, you gotta tread lightly with that kind of stuff. You gotta tread lightly with that, man.
Yeah, you can't run somebody down for something that you've been guilty of yourself. You got to have more compassion if you're going to talk about it. At least have some compassion about it when you talk about it. You know.
Well, and I'm just curious, what's the takeaway? You run him down. What's the takeaway? What? I don't understand. I don't know what the takeaway would be from that. You got what did he say? You got to lower you. I'm not finna dumb myself down for no man. Oh.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You shouldn't, and you shouldn't have to. I don't never remember him saying "dumb yourself down for no man." I don't never remember him saying that.
No. Monique said, "Yes. Where is the word? Why is reality TV at church?"
Now that is the question.
Yolanda says, "I think his message is for entertainment more than for spirituality." Absolutely. He is all about the entertainment. Stephen says he is auditioning for Preachers of Atlanta reboot. Absolutely. And we gotta get away from that and put more demands on the men of God that's trying to do stuff like this. Yolanda says, "Ouch, John, you just stepping on the toes today, huh?"
No, I am not, Yolanda. I am not. I'm just simply stating my opinions, and I'm throwing on top of the facts. Because to be honest, we are supposed to give relationship advice like that from the church. Because the problem with it, most Black people have been in church most of their lives. There is no reason for us to be this lost when it comes to relationship stuff. There's no reason for men to get on here and talk about how delusional women are, because the truth should be coming from the pulpit.
Well, let me ask this question real quick before we get into our topic. Does the church do a good job of handling relationship topics, though?
Well, you got to kind of tread lightly, depending on what the example of the relationship is at the church, or from the people giving the message. Because people generally don't listen to what you say, regardless of what comes across the pulpit. They generally, for the most part, they go by what you do. They do what you do. We just like, most of the time, they're just like kids. They do what you do. We set the examples, but that's the call, though. That's the call, to be an example or an ambassador for Christ.
Yep. You're absolutely right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this. Because we're talking about relationships, and especially a particular issue with relationships, especially for married people. So all you married people, I want you to come close and listen in to what's going on, right? Came across a woman sending a letter to another podcast, and I heard the letter, and I said, man, this would be something good to check with the Man Talk Monday listeners and see what they think about it. So here's the letter. It says, "My husband works and is a good provider. I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I handle my business all my wifely duties, and that's in and outside of the bedroom. I have access to all the accounts, and he allows me to control the finances for the house. Anyway, He is upset with me because he found out that I have a bank account that he knew nothing about. It was only a little over $8,000 in that account. He saw an online bank statement in my phone. I've been making money online through Facebook and a site called OfferUp, selling miscellaneous stuff we've accumulated over the years since we moved together. Most of the stuff we had in storage. He said that the problem was not that I was making money online, but that I kept this knowledge from him. He feels I'm saving money in the event of a divorce. He says that women who keep a stash of hidden money in case of failed marriages is the same thing as a man keeping a side girl in the case of a failed marriage. Either we're all in or we're not. My grandmother and my mother raised me to have a secret stash of my own in case the family had a rainy day, and because a woman should just have her own money. Please let him know that there's nothing wrong with some rainy day cash. So we're talking about tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about tonight having secret accounts, cheating or not.
Well, there are a bunch of levels to this particular scenario. Okay, first of all, I'm just gonna attack a couple of them before we get into this thing. So, she said he trusted me with the accounts and all of the money. He trusted me. That was one. He trusted me to basically run whatever business that the household was in. He trusted you. All right, that's number one. Also, it was $8,000 that we. $8,000 worth of stuff that we had accumulated together. We, me and her and him, had accumulated together. Okay. Not yet. Then she says, well, my mother and my grandmother they had taught me to where I'm supposed to have side money. So if anything happened, rainy day, we need some money. Okay, I get that. Yeah. Okay, I might even let you slide on that one, but probably not. So let's deal with this. That one your stuff? That one all your stuff? How you gonna sell stuff that y'all accumulated together and put it in your account? The one that you don't know about. Because I'm certain about this. Women don't get rid of that much stuff. Because I know mine don't want to sell nothing. No matter how long it's been in that garage, it could have been in that garage. You preaching? In the garage 10 years. You ain't went in it since we moved back in 95. And
wow.
You still don't want to sell it. But my tennis shoes be on the side of the closet and you pull them out after 2 weeks. Oh, you ain't wearing these? You ain't wearing these because I sell them. I sell them.
Right.
Whoa. I'm sure most of that stuff was accumulated because it was his. Because y'all sell our stuff a lot faster than y'all to get rid of the stuff that y'all have. A lot faster. I'm certain that it is. And so how you feel?
Oxalita says, tread lightly, both of y'all. We ain't scared tonight. We are not scared.
Just tell me I'm wrong. Just tell me I'm wrong. And because listen, you can't have side money now. And you go ahead. Read what Melissa. Go ahead.
Melissa says he's reaching, comparing that to a side chick. How you feel like you're reaching?
It just depends on, because you can't control how somebody feels about it because you feel a certain way about it. You can't say, oh, he shouldn't be feeling like that. Well, now if I got a side chick, I can say, well, I don't really know why you feel that way about it. She helping you out. I don't really understand what the problem is. You're like, wait a minute. What he got side chick? Well, listen, she here to help. Sometimes you don't feel like being bothered. She gonna help you. You cannot argue about how somebody else feels, whether they wrong or right about it, because that's how they feel. That's how he felt. And he should have felt robbed, because I'd have called the police. If I went out there and my stuff was gone and hers still sitting there, I'm calling 911, say somebody been stealing. Somebody been getting my good football stuff and my baseball stuff out of here. Somebody stealing.
Okay, so Monique said, yes, she should have told him about the account, especially if that's their agreement. I wonder if she didn't want to mention it due to her husband not handling money properly. Oh, how you just gonna? All right, some women do this to actually say, "How you just gonna accuse him? You ain't up." We ain't say nothing about his money handling skills. He just says that she's a stay-at-home mom. She handles all the stuff inside the house. That's all he said. Never said he was bad.
But we got to give her an out. We got to create an out for her. We as women, see, that's one thing about, you know what, women, I love y'all because y'all do this. Y'all can stick together on y'all ish. Y'all will stick together on some bull. When you heard, you say, girl, wait a minute. It's got to be something. It's got to be a reason why she doing that foolishness. And y'all will sit at home and come up with some. Thank you, Monique, for coming up, give her an out when there was not one.
All right. Dr. Selena says, if he felt like he handled money better, then he would not have to put her over the money. I agree with Monique. She ain't working. She at home.
She ain't got nothing.
He got to go to work. He got to make the money and come home and do all this too.
Wait a minute. He got to come home at 6 or 6:30 to balance the books. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. You at home. You can't do nothing. You mean to tell me I got to come in from work, cook, clean, and balance the books? Then you need to get you somebody else.
Mika said, Rob John, that man wasn't robbed. He should wear or use his items. Oh, no.
Listen, do you hear this? Do you hear this?
Yes.
Do you hear this? They're going to make an excuse for him. They're going to give her an out.
How much stuff do women have that they do not even come close to using? Really? How many clothes? How many shoes? How many accessories? Come on now.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Let me tell you something.
Look around.
My wife got a whole closet full of stuff, bro. And if I gave her more room, she would use it.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all. And I see that again, women, thank y'all because y'all do just what we know you're going to come to her aid. Thank y'all because you don't come. Wait a minute. And you know what you're doing? She stays at home. She stay at home. If she don't have nothing to do, all she doing is thinking. All her mind is doing is thinking about, well, if I want more, I need more than this. This ain't working. So now you come up with a side hustle with y'all stuff. If that's y'all stuff, then that's y'all money. You have a responsibility because it's y'all to say something to him about it.
Dr. Selena says, doesn't Cheryl come home from work and do all that? And you at home?
We're not talking about me and what I have going on. And we are talking about the closet.
Monique say that's not an out. It's simply seeing both sides.
Okay, Monique did. I implore you to see the man side of it. Can you at least try? Can you at least try? You and Mika, please. Just look and think about what the man going through. Please, just one time. We've been on the show 2 years, just one time, ladies. Can y'all think about what the man might be thinking?
They even say this type of behavior can be very damaging due to no transparency of the money. She has access to his money, but not hers. Trust issues is the root of her decision. Right, which brings me to a question. Why do older women teach younger women to hide money? Hold on. Yolanda says side chick is a sketch. You cannot compare the two.
Let me tell you something. Did you not hear me, Yolanda? Well, Yolanda, was you not listening when I had said this earlier? You cannot argue how somebody says they feel about it. You can't argue because you don't know what they've been through. You don't know where they came from and none of that. Just like Yolanda, I'm still trying to figure out why you got all those letters in your name. But hey, I can't argue that. Yolanda. I can't argue that because that's you. That's how you do it. And all I'm trying to get y'all to do for once in y'all life, think about just take the man's side for one time.
Okay, Melissa says she should have told him about the account and put him on it. She was wrong for that. Let me hold up with me. Okay, Monique says, I said she should have told him. I never said she was right.
You didn't say she was wrong either.
What was the motive? What was the motivation? Like I said, why do older women teach younger women to hide money? Okay. Dr. Cindy said past financial abuse / trauma in marriages. What if there was no actual abuse? What if there was no actual trauma? I mean, this is their marriage. He ain't done nothing, but yet and still, she's going off information from her mom and her grandmama.
Well, what if the mom and the grandmother were putting their marital issues on the daughter and saying, "Hey, baby, girl, them men ain't nothing. Girl, you better have you a stash, girl, some money or something. You better get something, because, girl, they something to just get up, girl, and run out and leave you high and dry."
That's what your daddy did. And your granddaddy too.
Dude, come on. Yeah,
well, you teach how to pick a good man. Well, I guess you can't teach how to be a good man. That happened to y'all. Only said because of the past, an old narrative of men leaving their wives and families. The old narrative. Selena says that financial abuse or trauma is the experience of that person. If a mother or grandmother has experienced that, they're going to make sure they tell that child not to do that. Right. But you can pass on your trauma to somebody else. You creating a bigger problem. Clint says, I understand why he was upset because I have been there. And we got a man that's telling y'all.
Well, I guess what's remarkable to me, it just seems like more times than not, when, you know, because as men, and this is the thing that y'all don't understand. There's nothing that brings a man more pride than to be able to work and have his wife at home. Most men work to have their wives at home, if that can be. But normally it gets out of hand because we want so much stuff. Y'all want the biggest houses, y'all want the biggest cars, y'all want the clothes, y'all want the purses. So now two people got to work. So there's I think what's the worst thing about it is I'm going to work every day and I'm trusting you to run corporate Lewis LLC. And when I come home, you've been embezzling money. Now you can put
embezzlement.
You can put it any way you want to do. You can put it any way you want to do it. But I am as the CEO of the company, I am trusting you with running the company. Now you don't even put that money under the Lewis Corp. You put it under your maiden names, cousins, brothers, daddy's name. And now I'm supposed to be good with it when it just happened to run across the phone. I'm supposed to be good with that. Y'all on something else tonight. Y'all on something else with that.
Yes, Dr. Selena. Embezzlement. You heard the man. Embezzlement. Lana says, why is he so upset when he finds out if he actually trusts her with the finances? She just violated the trust. Because what was the motivation for not telling him? Mika says, I think older women teach that because of their past and possibly thinking that if they would have had a stash, they would have left or not stayed in the marriage.
Let me let Mika know something. They wouldn't have left. They just had money. They wouldn't have left. They wouldn't. They'd still been there. They'd still been there.
Monique said, and they did. So now what?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Clint say, way to put it up.
Dude, listen, man. Listen.
They tripping off your embezzlement. When you break it down like that, you got to look at it like that.
If we agree, if you sign on to Lewis, I'm gonna tell you. So let me tell y'all right now. If my wife sign on to Lewis Corp and I make her the CFO, you have to run stuff by the CEO. Now listen to the thing. You the CFO. I have entrusted you to make the money decisions, right? I have entrusted you. I have power. I have empowered you to make the decisions. That's what's going to be best for Lewis Corp. And when I happen to go through the books or I audit the books because, hey, I'm the CEO, I have to check everybody. And I run across some loose money, I'm calling the police because you embezzling. You embezzling just because We used to white people doing it. Black women been doing it for years. Y'all embezzling money. This what get me. How you don't think you stealing from me if it's my money? That ain't no job or nothing you went out and did and created your own. You ain't bake no cookies or nothing and did that. And if you baking the cookies, I bought the cookie dough. I bought the stuff. I got the paper you want the recipe on. How you stealing from me and you think that's okay?
Mika said, embezzlement, I'm sick of John.
Brother, I'm just trying to make y'all understand.
Stephen said the mom's life experience should not take priority over the daughter's life due to the mother's past trauma, generational issues at its best.
It's true. He's right. He absolutely right. Now, did they explain to her when you get caught with the money how you say what's going to happen? Wait. Oh, they left that out. They left that out, though. They left that out.
Oh, they told her. They say, call it a rainy day fund. Baby, I just had your back. I wanted to surprise you. You gonna think we didn't have nothing. It was like, surprise, I got you. You know what I'm saying? No.
Surprise, I'm leaving. Surprise, I'm packing. Surprise, you fired. Surprise, go get a job.
I got enough just for me and the kids. Not for you. You just me and the kids.
Come on. Listen, I don't believe now, and I thought about this earlier. I think we were talking about this where a woman said that her husband was bad with money, and listen, I get that. I do. But even then, man, I think there still is a way it could be done without possibly being an issue if he finds out about it. Because whether I'm not good with money or not, you can't hide. You should listen. Because if we was talking about what you was good at and what you weren't good at, I think the conversation would go a lot different if it was a man that had money. If it was a man that was putting money on the side where his wife didn't know about it, she was swearing for something else. She was swearing for some woman, or she was swearing for something that didn't have nothing to do with her. So why do women think differently than men would think?
Monique said, why is it hard to believe that it could actually be a rainy day fund? Rainy day funds are called savings account. Why you didn't tell them about it?
Girl,
it's called a savings account. Why? Because when you get within this thing, it's a trust issue. Why wouldn't she trust him? She walked into the marriage already with the trust issue built in because of her mom and her grandmama, because that's a trust issue. She walked in with a trust issue because of her grandmama and her mama.
But now let me say this, D. If you have watched your mama and your grandparents go through that with men or go through that in relationships, you're gonna carry that with you. You're gonna carry that with you, no matter how right or wrong it is, no matter how it's you going into a marriage. I love he and I love her, and no, because most of the time we don't do our due diligence on the front end, so we already not trusting you fully anyway because we really don't know what to expect in the marriage from you when it comes to money anyway.
So let me get Clint first. Said if he is bad with money and she is hiding money, what's the difference? Wow, that's a good question. So who should be telling the woman what's a good man? Should the mother and the grandmother be telling her what's a good man, or should the dad be telling her what's a good man?
Well, if you seeing the women in your family being mistreated or mistreating men, you can have a skewed view of what relationships are and what they're really supposed to be.
Melissa said, does mom and granny currently have a man?
Hell no, and they ain't gonna get one.
because that's what I was just thinking about. You telling her how to handle her man, and obviously you always had issues with a man. So are you the person be giving out advice about this?
And they totally look over how you can't make mama or grandmother be quiet. They totally look over how mama and grandmother, you can't they don't want nobody telling them what to do. You totally look over that and say, relationships. What? But you because women make excuses for other women why they don't have this or why they don't have that. But D, it's never their fault though. They don't have nothing to do with it. It's never their fault.
Yeah. Because I see a pattern here. If the mom and the grandmama is this is what they passing on. I see a pattern. Maybe they didn't do a good job of picking men. So I don't know. So true or false? Oh, Monique says we carry it all, not just finance issues. What makes this different? Carry all what?
What is you carrying? First of all, this woman is at home. She don't have to fight to go to work, fight at work, and fight to get home. She don't have none of that. What exactly are you carrying? But an embezzlement account that you got that your husband don't know about. See, that's the stress that you're going to. Hiding and being deceitful is what's stressful for you. That's what you carrying, because everything else should be like, y'all should be carrying that together.
All right. So Dr. Selena says that's what parenting is, though. It's about sharing your experiences in life and making sure your children don't make the same mistakes and have a better outcome than you had. But you give them this bad advice.
And not only that, but sharing is, baby, this is what I did. This is how I did it. Don't do like I did. That's advice. Don't do like I did by not really knowing about no man. And the first time somebody touched me on my leg, my pants fly open. That's parenting advice right there. The rest of it, listen, man, brother, because
I just caught what you said.
No, I'm serious. Because that's advice. Let's tell them about how we used to be hoes when we was younger to our kids and what it got us. But we don't tell them that. We don't tell them that because we're gonna show them that we flawed, and we don't want nobody to know how much of hoes we used to be when we was younger. But we tell them about the results that we got from it, but we don't tell them about how we got it or why we got it.
Yeah, because it's under the blood. Monique says, meaning we carry a lot into the marriage, issues for both men and women. Absolutely. Wait. Monique says, I need to call in, Derek. I don't talk like that. Oh, my bad. I'm giving you. My bad. I'm reading it like that. I'm gonna read it right, Monique. Melissa says, "Why are you reading it like Monique has an attitude?"
They are gonna stick together. They are going to stick together. I'm trying to tell you, they are going to stick together. Everybody talking about, why he reading it like we know something like that?
The power of the microphone.
It's for real, man. For real.
Selena says, but that is what they're doing. They're sharing their advice from their experience of a man financially abusing them. But you got to heal before you give advice. You got to heal, or else you're going to give the wrong advice. You have got to heal. So if you think about trust is huge in a marriage. What do you think he's not going to find out at some point in time? So I wonder, did they tell her, okay, if he find out, just tell him, baby, it's a rainy day fund and I was saving this just so I could have your back. Right?
I would beg to believe there have been opportunities for her to use that money for something that where she could have let him know about it, where it would have been a lot more inviting. For example, hey, I just found out we got termites outside on the fences. It's gonna cost me $1,500. Oh man, now we got a plan. Well, I guess if I do this and move that and move this, we can get that done. Well, that's ding. It's raining. And you order like this. Well, I don't know what you gonna do.
He out there driving Uber and Lyft trying to make up the money, and she got it in her account.
He crawling in the house, D. He crawling in there. I gotta get this done. Dude, we need a new roof. We need a new refrigerator. All this stuff come up, and she like this. Yeah, we're playing right. We can do it. We just gotta stay the course. You know, keep working those 3 jobs. Keep working those 3 jobs, and we'll be able to get that new refrigerator, dude. I am certain that there was a time when she could have said, "Hey, honey, I got 8 stacks. We can go buy a new refrigerator. We can do this, and we don't have to kill ourselves in the process of it. I've been doing this, and I've been doing that, and look, I even got this left." And he like, "What, girl? You that chick now?" But if it don't come out like that, you ain't gonna be that. You gonna be the chick, all right? You just gonna be that other one he talk about.
It's a trust issue, though. That's really what. As much as we talk about the money, it's really not about the money. It's why you couldn't trust him to just tell him what was going on. Now, if you have a person that is bad with money, like the thing that John was talking about a minute ago, there was a lady. She actually won the lottery right before she got married. And she never told her husband because she said he likes to burn through money. So she was trying to preserve it. And he ended up finding out that she had all this money.
She had $1 million. She had $1 million.
Yeah. Yeah. I think she had like 600,000 after taxes and stuff, but she just sitting on this money. And she was like, because he likes to burn through it. If you have a person, if your husband or your wife is bad with finances, you do not give them access to it. Listen, don't mean you don't tell them, but you don't give them access. If somebody in your house got a drug addiction, you don't leave the medicine cabinet unlocked. You don't do that. It don't make sense.
I partially agree with you, D, because if you have money like that and your woman know about it and she bad with money, you're going to have to move hell. You're going to have to move your house to the moon. You're not going to get no peace if you got money like that and she can't have access to it, whether she's bad with money or not.
Oh, she's going to divorce you. She's just going to divorce you to get to it.
I'm just trying to figure out how is the standard different? How is the standard different? Because if she found out we got $1 million and you ain't been letting her spend it, and all her friends got all these purses and houses and cars, and she ain't got nothing, she gonna choke you out in your sleep.
The lady says, if I cut my hand chopping onions a certain way and I heal from it, am I not supposed to tell my child not to cut the onions like I did before so they don't experience the same hurt?
If you cut your hand off chopping onions, you go get your job at Dunkin' Donuts and be a hole puncher for them donuts. They'll know. Believe me, that's a story you're going to tell 1 million times because they're going to ask, "Hey, Mom, why you got that scar on your hand? Hey, Mom, why you got all those burns?" You, "Well, baby, I got this because I was trying to do this. And I did that. I reached in the oven and didn't have my oven mitts on." Because most of the time, we don't want people to know the decisions that we made to get what we got out of those situations. See, we don't talk about those. We don't talk. We too quick to put it on. Well, we want to tell them. We want to tell them what we got from it. No. Tell them if you're gonna give advice, be willing to give advice.
Monique says, now how does that work? We can share the details and not give access to a woman or a man. The man or woman will divorce you. Here's the thing, though.
That is tricky.
It absolutely is tricky. But here's the thing. At some point, there has to be an acknowledgement that I'm not giving you access because of how you handle stuff. Now, whether you're cool with it or not, that's the reality of it. I'm only to my preach, Selena. Listen,
they're gonna cover
you cut your hand chopping onions.
Then you need some more practice in the kitchen, number one.
Okay, so Yolanda says, for example, my sister and her family had to evacuate. Credit cards maxed out because he needed a man cave. She had an IRA she cashed in. He didn't know about it. Was she hiding money? It's an IRA. So he didn't know about the IRA. Okay, he didn't know about the IRA.
We don't care about the IRA unless you can help us get our man cave. We don't care about it. But again, see, Yolanda, she found a way that would be a blessing to him to tell him about it. And my point is, if you got that rainy day money, it got to rain. When the hell is it gonna rain? If it's a rainy day thing, listen. It's been a drought. It's obviously been a drought in the marriages and more than just in the bed. So please, somebody tell me when is it supposed to rain? Especially when that's my stuff too. Because listen, when you married with kids and a family, stuff always coming up, and you don't open your mouth. Stuff always something else for us to spend money on, and you like this. Well, I guess if you can work a little bit of overtime this week and on your truck and drive a little more Uber, and maybe we could. I just want to know when it's supposed to, because again, it's a lot better received coming from that way to help me than for me to find out all this time. You mean tell me I've been working 4 jobs and I done changed my name to where you had this money, you ain't said nothing? I'm tripping. I feel some kind of way.
Okay, Selena said it's a metaphor. You said if you were hurt and have healed from it, you shouldn't give advice to your child. And I totally disagree with that. Monique says, look, I tried to open a savings account with my ex, only $25. That man went to QT in the same week buying sodas. After that, never again did I tell about accounts.
Y'all not finna come over there and talk about it.
Listen, if you sit down with each other, there has to be, like somebody mentioned, there has to be an agreement. Now, if they violate the agreement, then you got a right to deal with them. But just because you can't give people access to something they can't handle. True. If you're going to protect the house, because the whole thing is to protect the whole.
Okay. I see. I get it. I get it. The mantle of I'm doing this to protect the house, but you hiding money shouldn't be the only way that you say you're trying to protect the house. I should see it. So when the money does come out, I can say, oh yeah, I can see that. It shouldn't be like, wait a minute, man, you got anything now, and it should be. I shouldn't be surprised like that, because if you doing everything for the house, I'll know it, and I won't feel like you doing it for you, because that man felt like that she was doing that for her and not the house, like y'all so-called. Yeah, I was the house when it rained. Yeah, it was gonna rain one day. Girl, it's been 20 years. It ain't rained yet. No, it ain't not yet. I heard it's supposed to storm, but no, it ain't rain yet. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Mika talking about Monique, you tickled me with that one.
Talking about $25. Anybody get on 25? You can't trust me on 25. He's supposed to have $25 in his pocket. Monique, you're not gonna pull me in. You're trying to pull me in. I'm not going in there with you. No, I'm not doing that. $25. She talking about she open it up. He went to the Circle K and bought up all the sodas. $25. You don't give him 2 liters anyway, because everything in there $30.
Especially today, boy. That's why you don't tie regular cards to your savings. You don't do that.
Yeah.
Right? You got to set up a system. Yeah. All right, man. I guess, man, that did go pretty fast.
Yeah, it did. All right, final thoughts. All right, so you're trying to pull me in. Final thoughts. All right, so my final thought for this evening is, because money is so tricky, we really have to be strategic about how we deal with it and how we deal with each other with it. And if you find out that I'm bad with it or vice versa, because in a relationship, we're going to find out that we both bad with something. So we really have to be careful about how we deal with it. But most importantly, how we talk about it. Because if there is an understanding of, hey, listen, because if I'm bad with something, I'm going to tell you what I'm bad with most of the time. And so I can't stand it. Strategic, Selena, strategic. But anyway, it's all in the conversation. It's all in how it's presented and how it's talked about. Because if I have an issue, I want to be able to lean on you to know that you have my back for it. And that's simply all I'm saying. And stop embezzling money from y'all husbands. Y'all going to jail. And that's my final thought.
Once again, trust issues, they manifest in a lot of different ways. A lot of times it's centered around money, because money is not the issue. How we handle it is the issue. And most people don't do enough on the front end to really examine their deal breakers before they actually get into a marriage with somebody. If you can handle somebody who can't handle money, you got a system and you fine with it, that's fine. But if that's something you're gonna have a problem with, y'all need to talk about that. Most people need to have better conversations before they get married, because it's gonna become an issue at some point. The thing that you don't say will be addressed at some point in time, because it's gonna come up in the marriage. So it's better to plan ahead already. How are we gonna deal with financial issues, especially financial issues? But we got to do a lot more talking to see where the issues of trust might rear their ugly heads. But we got to deal with it though. If we're gonna be together, we got to deal with it. This way, we ain't got to worry about all of the hiding and all this other type of stuff that people do. It's cute every now and then, but when it gets out of hand, you have a real problem. That's a real serious issue that needs to be addressed within the marriage. So let's talk more. Let's have the business meetings and do what we got to do to make sure we can avoid pitfalls like this that can damage our house. And that's my final thoughts for this week.
Yeah, don't make me call Willis, Clark, and Jackson on you to get my money back. Don't make me reach out, because you know they good when they got 3 names on the thing. Don't make me call you. Right. Don't make me call him. Don't make me call you.
Call the Texas Hammer.
Well, if he don't look like he 900.
Boy, so real. Thank you, Monique. Thank you for joining in the conversation. Thank everybody for joining the conversation. We appreciate y'all every week that y'all come through, sit and chat with us for the topic that we have. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Check out the podcast. You can go and check us out, all those different platforms. But by all means, and make sure you subscribe and share it with somebody. Share it with somebody. We on the move doing big things.
We want to help somebody with what they thinking, like we trying to help you. It's been tough though, but we hanging on in here. So we want to help them too.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good week. We'll see y'all next Monday.
Yes.